prevention will happen. Prevention of disease will happen for healthy citizen and patients. Having said that, before I come to medicine, I want to talk about other subdomain of healthcare, and why I want to talk about that medicine or any domain cannot function in isolation. Let's go one by one. So this is our present operation theater. Okay, look at the IP, look at the patent or any other form of IP which is part of this operation theater. This is wireless and implant. It could be in brain, it could be gastric, it could be insulin pump, it could be cardiac, whatever. It's all IP. When healthcare, other sectors are moving in that direction, trust me, pharma, bio product cannot remain 200 centuries back. They have to move side by side. And anybody who understands it will gain, rest all will lose. Whether you like it or not, whether you argue, whether there will be attorneys like me, ambushing IP, gaining temporarily, but the owner will lose and lose all the time. Let's look at other part. Healthcare is becoming IT. You like it or not? It is becoming IT. IT is disrupting it. Your best healthcare help is your smartphone. You like it or not? As Thomas Edison said, wireless equipment like Fitbit and others are helping us to remain healthy. For diagnostic, there are not multiple equipment to do blood test. One chip can do the blood test. Why? Because most of the analytical part is done by computer today. Anybody who remains hooked on to the older diagnostic kit has to die, has to be eliminated, because consumer will eliminate them. We do clinical trial. So clinical trial is done on mice, and then scientists wait for months for the desired or undesired outcome. Today it can be done on one chip. Result is instant. So clinical trial process is shrinking. Anybody who takes advantage of any pharma product company takes advantage of will shrink the regulatory cost and introduce the product faster. 3D printing. When there are organs which can be printed and implanted, can medicine be 200 years back, backward kind, and treat a patient like that? No. When the medicine delivery is done by nano robots for cancer and other patients, can you have medicine which is not up to the mark? No. Let's come to medicine now. A lot of things are happening. I'm listing only few. So genome is deciphered. It will impact tremendously the manufacturing of medicine and new medicine introduction in the market. So as a strategy, IPS strategy, one has to look at these aspects, not anything else. So medicine is not a chemical molecule. It cannot be in future. It has to be. So today there are manufacturers who are making medicine and converting into digital medicine. So what does it mean? So when I eat, my doctor doesn't know how it's metabolizing. It will specifically look at how it's metabolizing. And any manufacturer who understands it and develop IPS strategy based on these development and many more development is doing the right IPS strategy. Rest are not. These are some of the companies who have come up, patented product, who are members of OPPI, so I will not spend time here. And one aspect I want to highlight is, so AIDS was a death warrant. Today, it's basically a management of disease. People are more surviving than dying because of AIDS, anybody who can manage it. But it didn't happen because of one invention. It happened with multiple inventions, series of inventions, and you have to participate in it. Now, I want to talk about, this is my second portion, how India is doing. If you look at these are all, patent pendency, huge. Pre-grant opposition, serial pre-grant opposition, post-grant opposition, patent revocation, 3D, rejection without sufficient articulated reasons. Interim injunction is always debated that it cannot be right of IP owners. Similarly, compulsory license and many more. But the point I'm making is this. It's double-edged sword. It's hurting everybody. So double-edged sword I want to highlight. So when India has to think and industry has to think of IP strategy, they have to address all those issues. So clearly, it's disproportionate burden on innovator in India. And if it happens, industry will continue to struggle how to strategize on IP. You like it or not, and that's what is happening. And India has, by the way, only around 44 patented drugs in India. So all those Alzheimer patient and cancer patient are denied basically the latest medicine. Now, it's always talked about IP and price, okay? Now, the real problem I feel is how much is the public spend? And if public spend is not there, there will be problem. And to achieve that, I think it has to be shared responsibility. Everybody has to share the responsibility. It cannot be left to patient. So education cannot be left to individual. You cannot say, oh, you make your own school and teach your children. Security. You cannot say you have your own guard and manage your security. Infrastructure. These are the big healthcare. These are the big issues. Nowhere in the world, individuals are left on their own as in India. 71% is out-of-pocket spend. So there will be pressure on individual. And to lessen the pressure, if you ambush innovators, if you ambush patent, probably you are losing somewhere else. So that's what, I'm well within time. I wanted to have more questions. So if there is any question, I'm happy to take it. Thank you.